And is it good to be a podcaster on a Wednesday night in the IWC or what? What's going on,
buddy. He did it. Look in my eyes. What do I see? It's a Spaz Phoenix podcast, baby. Oh, I'm here. I'm ready to celebrate because they came out of the woodwork. Did they not?
This is so much fun.
Oh, it's been extreme.
For all the reasons why this is awesome, there is somebody to come along and say it's, oh my god, Sammy got robbed and this and that and blah 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 and da da da, and it doesn't make any sense and he's a part-timer, blah 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 blah.
Sammy Hart and Punk Hogan. WrestleMania 9 being compared to. I don't see it.
They love the Hogan comparison, man. Here's the thing. You cannot like it. Any booking decision in wrestling has the opportunity for you to be like, I don't like that. That's my guy. I think my guy got screwed, in story, out of story, however you want to put it. That's absolutely fine. But if you tell me it doesn't make any sense, they didn't make it make any sense, there was no reason for it to happen, then you just didn't watch the show.
Yeah, you're there in bad faith, and
they're in bad faith. And I know I shout out our friends over at Wrestling for Life all the time, KJ and Nick, but it's because of stuff like this. They were talking the other night about how podcasters and content creators and guys, I hate using this phrase, but like guys in our space, that do stuff like this, they don't get the full story of the full show, the full build, the story arc, the whatever you want to call it, because they saw a clip or they saw a result and they made their own decisions based on that.
Absolutely. And they're doing everything they can to confirm their own bias. Like I mentioned earlier, they will search online to find whatever confirms what they say. If they, oh, look, this Redditor put this out, so that means I'm right. It doesn't, no, it just means one idiot agrees with you. But that confirmation bias is very strong. And I just laugh thinking of Punk standing outside the entire night, and they don't need me, and they just never open the garage door. Like he's there in Chicago.
The fact that he got the call last minute, and somebody said, and I think this is funnier, that he got the call, threw on his gear, and just ran from home.
Yes, he's 20 minutes away. He jogged, and he's like, somebody let me in. He's either always at the United Center or he's just prepped at 20 minutes away. Either which way though, it's. I
love the idea that rolling door entrance is the Punk entrance to that arena now.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's its own little lore. But here's the thing, right? Like, okay, he didn't win a number one contendership. Oh my God, the last time we saw him was, when he lost to Roman and this and that, and he had his one conversation with Cody and dropped the line, hey, you never know when a title is going to fall in my lap, right? So we haven't seen him since then, since the promo with Cody, which was a great promo, and those guys are going to kill it one day, probably at SummerSlam. But here's the thing. The ultimate beauty of WWE actually telling long-term and interlacing stories. The beautiful thing about that, CM Punk is the WWE champion because of Gunther.
Yeah.
Gunther got in the face of Nick Aldis. Nick Aldis fought back. Nick Aldis lost control of his show for a week, so Adam Pearce had to go take care of SmackDown for a week. So he took advantage of that because of the ongoing competition between Nick Aldis and Adam Pearce, and said, you know what? Just because I'm running the show tonight, I'm going to have a number one contenders match, and I'll have the title match on my show because Aldis isn't here and he can't do nothing about it. Aldis gets pissy about it. Aldis comes to the show to confront Gunther. Adam Pearce tosses him out once again. The match that he stole from SmackDown, legitimately, he stole the main event from SmackDown, in a kayfabe sense, right? All of a sudden gets ruined by Gunther. So are they still foes, or are Aldis and Gunther secretly in cahoots? Gunther takes out Cody Rhodes. There's no number one contender. So what does Aldis say? And here's the thing, and I hope they pull this string. You stole my main event. I'm going to steal your most popular roster member. How do I steal CM Punk from Raw? I give him the SmackDown title.
Yes, and it is the ultimate revenge, and it's a great move and an amazing bit of storytelling and something that I really enjoyed. And I'm
And here's the thing,
guilty of this as well.
that's where you walk the line, though. Because yes, in reality, Punk hasn't done anything in 3 months, and now he had a title shot, right? But you can walk the line between he got a title shot because the guy that decides who gets title shots called him up and said, "Hey, would you like a title shot?" So it wasn't out of the blue. It wasn't anything he asked for, but you flip the coin and you say, if you're CM Punk and a golden opportunity lands in your lap, you'd be an idiot not to take it.
He
Everybody,
literally he wasn't gonna in kayfabe come back, but he was offered a title shot,
from
and
a
it literally
from
ended off saying, "You never know when." And like I
yeah,
was saying,
from
it's just the
from a fictional
point.
storytelling point of view,
Yeah.
nobody falls down.
Exactly, and here's the
Pierce's
thing, it's all interwoven, it's all connected, and I'm guilty of this too, like you mentioned earlier. I will miss story elements or you skip something accidentally, or even if you
But this
just
wasn't exactly hidden. Like, that's my
with
point.
but
The
that's the
people that are
point,
like, "Oh my
and
god, there's no story here." Like, people that don't, like, eagle eye remember for a while there where it was Triple H's favorite thing, there was a backstage segment, and
mhm.
other people were talking in the background, or there was, like, a
Yeah,
prop,
hide it in the
or there was
back, a
hide it
QR
in the back.
code or
I
whatever,
can
yeah.
not even the QR code, but, like, oh, there was a Muppet sitting on a shelf that nobody noticed, and that
Yes.
was
The
Buggy the
light was
Buzzard.
purple, that means they're going to the Judgment Day, that kinda stuff. Like, you had to have
They
subtle hints
changed
to
it
connect story.
through things like Young Bucks. Anyways, moving swiftly on. But this is nothing that was it watch
No.
SmackDown. You know the tensions are building between Gunther and Aldis. You know the rumors are out there that Aldis is going to have a match. You know that even though they're cordial with each other, there's a friendly, like, team manager type rivalry between Aldis and Pierce. You know that a match like Cody Rhodes versus Sami Zayn, kayfabe I'm talking about, would be the crown jewel, no pun intended, of a really, 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 really hyped up SmackDown if Aldis hadn't missed a week. Pierce took an opportunity, took that spectacle from his show, if you want to see them as competitive, and put it on the Raw show because Aldis was away. While the cat's away, the dogs get to play and all those type of things. So what's the thing? If I can't get the match back, the match is happening on Raw. I'm going to make the match that's working on Raw work for SmackDown, give the guy a title shot. If he gets the title, theoretically, or you tell the story anyway, that he has to come to SmackDown to defend the SmackDown title. Oops, now I've got CM Punk on my roster.
Yep.
It's fucking brilliant. And the people that don't want it to be brilliant are the people that either don't like WWE or still have a stick in their ass about CM Punk.
I came on to Cody a bit strong, but I was like, "Hey, motherfucker," because he was like, "It doesn't make sense," and all this stuff, and I was like, "Did you watch?" And I'm like, "Yeah." I said, "Go back and rewatch." Because he's like, "It doesn't make sense why all this is there on Raw." I'm like, "It makes perfect sense. They just explained everything. Go back, actually watch it." And he's like, "Well, I was paying attention to Met stuff," and I'm like, "Exactly, and I'm guilty of it too. Second screening or being on Twitter or whatever, but you can't say it's bad." Or it doesn't make sense. You could say you don't
Didn't
care
Pierce,
for it, fine,
Pierce
but it
even
makes
said, like,
sense.
"Hey, I'm going to have a SmackDown main event on my Raw show. Maybe I'll invite a couple more SmackDown people," which gives you the perfect open door. Hey, he's abusing his power a little bit. He's using a bit sarcastically. Gives you the open door for, okay, obviously Cody's there for the match. Sammy's there for the match. Gunther's there because the door was open to SmackDown for a night. I think he even
Yeah.
referred to it as a super show. And if you're Aldis and you've temporarily lost your job, they said, like, administrative leave pending investigation of his inappropriate actions at Clash of Champions, right?
Yeah.
If you don't have a job right now, if you're suspended from your job right now, you might as well follow the show and go try to fuck with the guy that fucked with your job. He's got a perfect reason to be there. They're in Chicago. Hey, I want to steal CM Punk. I can use the the title match that Pierce just stole from my show to do that because the guy that I can steal from their roster lives in the fucking city.
Yes, exactly.
It's okay. Never mind all that. Never mind. Oh, the story doesn't make any sense. Fucking CM Punk is the WWE champion. Oh, he's
Absolutely.
got the
But it
set
is
belt.
important though, because the
It does,
story
yeah.
is so I don't want I hate saying simplistic, but like you said, laid out.
Mhm.
There was no guesswork to be had. It was all in front of your eyes. And they usually have a lot of things be inferred or guessed upon. So having things be so blatant, so obvious, I
Mhm.
also appreciated. And the fact that it's been consistent. It's been show to show to show to show. It's not been like we did all this on one show, but then they ignore it on other episodes and it becomes kind of like non-canon in a way. These things have had continual narrative throughputs. These are
Because
things I really like about NXT. So
Gunther's even a standing point of, like, you can even tie it back to the Vision in a certain way, because it was Paul Heyman owing Gunther a favor on behalf of the Vision that got Gunther onto SmackDown, that got Gunther into the feud with Cody Rhodes, that then involved Sami Zayn, that then he thinks he got fucked over at the pay-per-view, that then he got into the pushing match with Aldis, that then lost Aldis his job, that then put Pierce on SmackDown, that then had Pierce steal a main event and bring it to Raw, that then pissed off Aldis, that then
Yes.
caused Aldis to
So
call
you could even
CM
go
Punk.
further back than that, because if you didn't have Punk be owed a favor by Heyman, then they wouldn't have had the turn happen where the Vision was created in the first place.
Oh,
Like, see what I'm saying?
fair.
Like, it just keeps, and this is what I like about this. Every
But it came out of
participant makes
nowhere.
sense.
But it came out
Gunther
of
and
nowhere,
Punk
dude.
have history, and then Seth cashed in on them. You know,
Mhm.
like we've been there. Punk didn't he won the title, and Gunther didn't get a rematch. Now Punk, granted, it was the other belt, but he never got a rematch either. And Roman's got it right now, never lost it from, after facing Punk. So it's like, all right, he's not gonna face Roman again. So guess what? You're owed a rematch. It's not for, I could see that being a reason. You know what I mean? Like, it's not
Mhm.
like there's not
And
some
what I love as well,
precedent set somewhere.
do you know what I love as well? And there's a million things wrong with a singular company having two world champions, because then you got two people saying they're the best, and if there's two bests, there's no real best, and that's an ongoing conversation. It's a valid one to have. I don't care, but it is a valid point. But what it does is that if one title is strong, then you can kind of like not do whatever you want with the other title, but like I'm willing to forgive one title falling down if the other one is going strong, right? Like between the world title and the WWE title. Now, what's all the controversy been on Raw before CM Punk came back? It was, oh my god, Obafemi, he won the King of the Ring, and then he just gave it away. He gave his title shot away to get his Hell in the Cell match with Brock Lesnar, and Seth Rollins did kind of come out of nowhere, except, that's a story that's 12 years old. And oh, we got Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns out of nowhere. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Yeah, is the Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns, is this round of it sort of out of nowhere? Yes, I'll admit that. That's a flaw. You know what? I'm getting Punk and Cody at SummerSlam. The other one can fall down for a month.
But it's not
That's
out of nowhere, because Seth has been
it's not.
saying that he's trying to, everything
Oh, for
about this
sure.
is what he's trying. Like, there's been hints thrown out there. So even that, but there's a lot of things like you can say, and there's some you can't. But what you could say, like I just still don't care for it. It can be logical and not enjoyable, but you can't say it does. Like, even the way you presented the Obafemi stuff. Yeah, it's not that it doesn't make sense. It's just I wish Brock was more, like I just wish there was a better story. Is it the
Yeah.
best? No. Does it line up?
But
Sure.
here's the thing.
And that's the thing.
Here's where I draw the line. On one side, you got the IWC, and on the other side, you got the WFU, our friends over at the Wrestling for Life Network, plus us, plus a couple of other people that think like us. You will come to me and tell me why you don't like the Brock Lesnar Obafemi story. You won't come to me and bullshit that there isn't a story.
Yeah, exactly.
I love this. First of all, now here's the thing: throw all the analysis aside. I'm sitting here, I'm watching TV, I'm doing like silent punch the air things. You know why? Because I like CM Punk, and my
Yeah.
guy's the champion. And sometimes that's all it takes. And the fact that it's going to piss a lot of people off is just the icing on the cake. And if you follow social media, boy, still he gets his paycheck from WWE, but he still lives rent free in the minds and in the stars and in the fans of AEW, because holy fuck.
Look at this neck beard. So Punk's interaction, he just wins the title. He's in Chicago, and he's shaking this guy's hand, and the guy and him have this brilliant interaction. I don't know if you can hear it clearly enough here, but it's pretty fantastic.
Hey, I thought you fucking you're an asshole to me 10 years ago. Awesome. And now I see you're an asshole.
So he says, "You were an asshole to me 10 years ago." And Punk says, "Awesome. It's probably because you're an asshole." And walks away. Like,
That's his version of the Chris Jericho, I'm from Winnipeg, you idiot.
yes. And people going nuts on that. Oh, how rude. Well, he's there. He's shaking your hand, and the guy's going to say, "You were an asshole to me." Who said?
And you know what the funny thing is? The attempt at the own. You must have seen the collage of tweets of like, oh my god, he's really pissed off everybody in WWE. Look at all these people pissed off at him jumping the line, and it's like, Seth, Owens, Drew McIntyre, Becky Lynch, like all of his like pre-existing feuds and one of their wives, and a Jack Perry fan account.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck are we doing? Friggin', what's his name? I like MJF. He knows how to play the game between the two companies. I'm not going to shit on it too much, but he puts up the Hogan picture, and it's like, okay, the best thing you've done in AEW was the dog collar match with Punk. That doesn't land on MJF. That's because who else does he have to work with in AEW that's as good as CM Punk?
Yeah.
Maybe Kenny Omega. We're going to get that tonight because they're smart. That's what I love too. It's stolen all the steam of like, oh my God, a title match on TV. Except, they do it every other Wednesday. It's fine. Don't worry about it. They're sort of desperate for views. You see Tony Khan's new thing now, right? Of, why do we give away so many title matches on Dynamite? Because we're very aware that times are tough for everybody and not everybody can afford every pay-per-view, so we want to make sure that these people still feel like they're getting their money's worth. That's a double negative. You want to give them something on the free show that makes them think they got their money's worth. I paid $0 for your show and I still want my money back, but like you could just lower the price of your pay-per-views. Like what a fucking cockhead. He's the Zoran Mamdani of pro wrestling.
Yeah.
What the fuck are we doing?
Oh, no.
Anyways, I wasn't going to go down an AEW tangent. Like, MJF put up the Hogan thing. He's doing his very performative, I'm the company guy, so let me do something for the company that'll rile up the company fans and all that. And that's cool. Let him play that game.
Yeah.
I'd rather that than, probably Jack Perry himself starting a Jack Perry fan account and putting, oh my God, I thought he was here for the young people and I'm sorry, I like Edge and Christian, but Edge and Christian are your tag team champions right now. What the fuck are we doing?
Yeah. Like,
I really like it a lot. I'm sorry, and it is one of those times, like hashtag tribal is okay. I'm really trying to get that up off the ground. Hashtag tribal is okay. Sometimes you put on your team jersey and you fucking walk around in it.
yeah.
It's CM Punk. You want CM Punk. You guys wanted CM Punk until you couldn't handle CM Punk. And now you're mad that what he brought to you guys is now being recognized in WWE on a proper platform. And he's achieving more on the bigger platform with more people, more money, bigger venues, bigger events, WrestleMania, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It's CM Punk. CM Punk's my guy. Like,
exactly.
I'm sorry. I'm a
I've
Jeff
always
Hardy
enjoyed
guy.
Punk.
Like,
I've always had an affinity towards him.
Doing tag stuff.
But I like Punk back when he was originally in Ring of Honor and Independence. Like, I've been that much of an OG guy. And
I was bummed to find out that him and Raven worked together so much in TNA at a time where I wasn't quite watching TNA yet. Because I'm like, there was a team, and I believe somebody can correct me down in the box below if I'm wrong, but it was like Raven, CM Punk, and a very early in her career, Mickie James.
Yes.
And I'm like, that probably kicked ass. But I've got that thing where like I can't engage. I mean I watch old wrestling, but I can't engage with like an old pay-per-view because like my brain does that. This isn't happening right now thing.
Because they were they had a dog collar match against each other. And it was so brutal and so psychology filled and so fucking good. And then I want to say it was like they did a Clockwork Orange match.
Clockwork Orange House of Fun match?
Yeah.
That's the best name for a match in wrestling.
I know in TNA they did the Asylum thing.
Yeah.
They betrayed Raven, like you said. Yeah, we saw all of that. But for Punk, this not only like established him in my eyes, because I didn't know him at that point, really. And then you're like, oh, check out this video being sent out on whatever program it was at that time still, like Morpheus, Kazaa, where you'd get 1,000 viruses and tons of porn.
LimeWire.
Yep, those. And so you would look and people would put up Ring of Honor shows, Napster, all of it, Morpheus. There was so many of them. And
it was whatever the system was before we just started straight torrenting stuff.
Yes. And
my God, that sounds old.
I know, right? When I ever learned about torrenting and all that and got into that, it was like, what a difference in finding albums early and being, it was like becoming Nostradamus. But that got like a 9.6 in Wrestling Database, and I'm like, how? And it just got better and better. Like, you know what I mean? So these two, I think it's got a 9.4 on it now, but yeah, so they were all over the place. TNA, Ring of Honor, TNA, Ring of Honor, you know, so they went back and forth and had all these matches, and that was when I was like, all right, who's this Punk guy? And then I started following him, and then it wasn't long after that he was Ring of Honor champ,
I
and
didn't
then he
see
went and
CM
signed
Punk.
to WWE as being
I
Ring
didn't
of Honor
see CM
champ.
Punk. I didn't see CM Punk until he debuted on WWE CW, and I didn't know who he was, and I don't think it was like announced that there was a debut that night. And it was Shannon Moore when Shannon Moore was doing his Prince of Punk gimmick with the mohawk and everything, and he was in the middle of a promo. CM Punk walked in out of nowhere and just said, "You're a poser," like with the hardest P ever. And he just like walked out to the ring and debuted against like somebody random. And I'm like, all right, let's go. And then like give it a year or so, and he's on a Survivor Series team with DX and the Hardys. I think they saw something in him.
For some reason,
Anyway, it's
you're saying
fucking
you didn't
fantastic.
see him. All I could think of is like, you think Punk is your ally. I didn't see him till I was nearly a man. By then, it meant nothing to me but blinding. You know, like that's
God,
that's
I
what I
wasn't
picture.
expecting a Bane reference. I'm not gonna lie.
No,
I'm
the
not gonna
Punk
lie.
betrays you because he belongs to me. You know, like
You know what the funny thing is? Like, it's one of those things, and like we analyze the shit out of a lot of stuff, probably unnecessarily at points because it's fun, right? And so I can tell you the stories. I can tell you the stories that are happening around him. I can tell him all the reasons why it's awesome. I can tell you the driving force behind a guy like Punk, what he does for the title, what he does for the brand, what he does for the company, and like all that. How he's going to make SummerSlam feel 10 times as big, right? I can tell you all the logical reasons why it's a good idea. But you know what I'm going to do instead? It's CM Punk. He's fucking awesome, and he's the champion, and I love it. Like
yes.
that is, it's the simple side of things.